Good afternoon, everybody. Jeff from Bucket Valley Garage. Welcome back. If you've watched any of our other videos, especially the one about the Mustang, how we like repairman special and mechanic specials. Somebody has got a vehicle or got a piece of equipment and they've just given up on it, and might take a little to take and fix it, might take a lot to fix it. Don't know. It'll come our way and we'll take it apart and do a bunch of stuff to it. And we have to see if it's economically feasible to take and fix that. This right here is a Porter Cable C2002 model Type 9, and that will be important when we go to order parts for it. And there is a label on the back of the plastic case. So how we got this was there's a construction site across the street, and the guy knows that I do a lot of charity work, and we're currently involved with something I like to call Project Angel, where we are volunteering labor when they provide the materials, and we'll go out and fix their car, fix their house, and they just provide the materials. Sometimes we provide the materials, but we donate our labor to take in and help people, get through their life a little bit easier. So there was this guy and his wife, girlfriend, that were cleaning up this construction site, and this is one of the things one of the carpenters left behind because it was not operational. Okay, it will not take and build pressure. To see if it's economically feasible, we first plug it in and turn it on, see if the motor runs in it. If the motor doesn't run in it, that's about a $180 item, $183. So if the thing won't even start up, I mean, it's pretty much scrap value. So we'd take all the plastic off of it and everything, put it on our pile for recycling at the metal place, and get a couple of dollars off of that. But we went ahead and we plugged this in, and the motor does work. It only builds about 20 pounds of air. Okay, so what we did is we started disassembling it. In the front here, underneath where the gauges are, and in the back underneath, there are 3 bolts holding this big plastic assembly onto the air tank. So we went ahead and removed those. Those are slotted screws. There are 4 screws holding this plastic case together, which allows us to take that case apart and get to the motor and the compressor assembly. There are also 2 hoses on here. You can see one of them right here on the side that has been disconnected. There are metal clamps on there. They are not reusable, so we went ahead and we cut those off. We're going to replace those with hose clamps, and that'll be down the line once we take and find out what's going on with the compressor and why it does not build. And let me show you what we found. So what we've done here is we've just cracked the case on this. We took those 4 flathead screws out. One is going to require a really long flat blade screwdriver to take and get 2 of the screws. Okay, so this right here is the motor assembly and the cooling fan. This right here is the compressor assembly, and this is the cylinder head itself. This is on here like this, and that's basically what it looks like. There's 4 screws that hold the cylinder head on, and right here is where this line, which has a gasket on it as well, this goes to the air tank, and so we're probably going to replace this hose here too because it's a little bit mangled. Okay, but we went ahead and we took the cylinder head off, and we've already cleaned it up. We cleaned the gasket off of it. Take it, see if there's any damage on here, and there's not. This appears to be in very good shape. Okay, this right here is the valve plate. It has a bunch of reed valves in here, and this is how the compressor maintains the pressure. It draws in air through here, and it releases it out to the tank using these. You notice these are little reed valves. They're very rusty. Okay, they don't seal very well. These seem to be pretty clean. Okay, and those are clean on that side, but there's a lot of water that went through here, so you have to take and drain that tank whenever you use it. Okay, otherwise you'll wind up with a condition like this. Okay, so this is one problem that's going on here. The reed valves are not sealing correctly. Okay, the second problem is it's in the piston itself. In getting this screw loose right here, basically there are slots in this wheel, and we took a 6-inch extension and we stuck it through here against the frame, and then we really had to crank on this thing to get this bolt out. Okay, so this thing is, we put it back together for illustration purposes, so just to show you how it went together. Okay, so that comes off, and then this whole assembly comes out. Okay, and this is basically all a disassembly that you have to do on here. Okay, when you get the replacement part, the connecting rod and the piston and the cylinder will come as one piece. Okay, this actually had a couple of things going on with it. Okay, motor and everything was fine, runs fine. You can turn it on now, it'll run fine. Okay, but in addition to the valve plate not acting the way it should, okay, this piston just pops out the bottom. You can pop it out like that. Okay, so this is actually the piston ring. Okay, this is a seal. This right here is sort of kind of okay, but you'll notice right here the seal is broken. Okay, and that's because water has got inside the cylinder, and it has made a rough surface, and it's torn the seal up. Okay, so that is, so water was the basic failure of this piece of equipment. You notice we got rust on here. This is transfer from the sleeve, which is right here, and this is rusty on the inside. Okay, so it's kind of like got wet, set for a while, and then it corroded the bore. And it looks like maybe at one time it was seized in there, and then when they went ahead and started it up, then it just started the destruction of the seal. Okay, so we went on the internet and we put in the model number and the type 9. And yesterday we got the parts. Okay, so here we have a brand new plate for the reed valves and a new gasket. Okay, all nice and shiny. Okay, should do a good job. As I said before, we've cleaned up the cylinder head. Okay, this is ready to go back together. We have a brand new piston bore with a new bearing in it. This is exactly how it comes. To get this piston to go inside the bore here, we had to put a little bit of lubricant on the gasket around here to take and make it go in here, because it is a really snug fit. Okay, so all we have to do to take and get this back together is go ahead, clean this up just a little bit, and then bolt the thing back together, and everything should be fine. Okay, we are going to have to get 2 hose clamps to take and put on those the 2 rubber lines that go onto the tank. Okay, since we took those and we had to take and cut those off. See, they were something like this. These are not serviceable. There's no way to take them off and put them back on, and reuse them. So we'll just put a couple of hose clamps on there. It should be fine. Okay, so what's the cost breakdown on this? So this is about a $250 to $300 compressor from maybe Home Depot, Lowe's, something like that. Not a sponsor. We put $80 worth of parts in it, and a little bit of our labor. If we're working on something for the shop, we don't charge ourselves labor, of course. But for the $80, we got this gasket, this plate, and the piston and bore. There was one other seal that was supposed to come, okay, and that is this seal right here. Okay, and it did not come. This one is serviceable, though. It's still soft, and we can take and use that. Okay, so it doesn't take and stop the job. Okay, so this is just another example of, with a little bit of ingenuity, you can take and save yourself an awful lot of money. And even if you take and buy these things at the swap meet, say like you get one of these things, well, the guy says it works, it turns on, but it doesn't build pressure. You will have a pretty good idea for this type of compressor, what the problem is and how easy it would be to fix, because you have the knowledge, from this video as to what's going on. Okay, and that's basically why I'm here. I'm imparting knowledge. They can make your lives a little bit easier. They can help you out, save some money. Okay, and that's basically what it's all about. You can use that money on something else. I hope I've given you some real good information. We are going to go in and we're going to wire brush all this, and then maybe we'll put a clear coat on it, just to take and prevent any further corrosion. But we'll go ahead and put this back together, and we will have a working compressor for $80. Okay, hope I brought you some good information. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time